Do you recognize this person? They talk about big dreams, about success, or money, or a completely different life. They see it clearly in their head. They genuinely believe they're capable of it. They keep talking about the same things, but nothing changes. Weeks pass, months pass. Their plans are still in the same place. Their dreams are still in their head, but reality is still the same. And what does everyone around them say? Undisciplined, indecisive, not taking it seriously. But psychology says something very different. This isn't laziness. There are much deeper reasons behind it. And today we're going to examine those 6 reasons one by one. Because while watching this video, you'll most likely come face to face with yourself or someone you know. If you're ready, let's begin. First reason: mistaking thinking for progress. There's something interesting in psychology. Imagining success can give the brain a sense of achievement. So when someone constantly thinks about their goals, the brain releases small amounts of satisfaction, as if progress has already been made, as if something has already been done, because that's how the brain works. What does this create? It reduces the urgency to take action. The brain received a reward. Motivation dropped, and the person sits at their desk making plans for hours, feeling satisfied, while actually going nowhere. Thinking feels like progress, but it isn't. And this is why so many people make the best plans, but continue to be the person who takes the least action. Second reason: the fear of failure hidden underneath motivation. This part is very important. Listen carefully. These people aren't lacking ambition. On the contrary, their ambition is enormous. But what if they try and fail? That's what they're afraid of. So they don't put themselves at risk. They stay in the planning phase. Because as long as you haven't tried, the dream still feels good. As long as you haven't tried, the answer is still uncertain, and uncertainty feels better than failure. Think about this. If you try and it doesn't work, what will you say to yourself? You didn't have the talent, you were never going to make it, or you were just daydreaming. Not trying in order to avoid hearing those sentences becomes an unconscious decision. Motivation is visible, but underneath it, there's a deep fear. Third reason: waiting for the right moment. Waiting? Is there a right moment? Do you think that perfect moment will ever arrive? How many people have said this over and over? I'll start when I feel ready, when things get a little better, when I save a little more money, when I know a little more. Sounds logical, doesn't it? But psychology shows this. Readiness usually doesn't come before action. It comes after action. So you're waiting. You're waiting to feel ready. But that feeling only comes after you've started. The perfect moment never arrives, because the perfect moment is the moment you begin. And this cycle takes years, even decades. You can never know what will happen without starting. Fourth reason: the mental exhaustion created by overthinking. Some people think through every single step, every outcome, every possibility, every risk. This deep analysis consumes energy, a serious amount of mental energy. By the time it's time to make a decision, the brain is already tired. The energy needed to make a decision is gone, and the person does nothing, but they don't even feel guilty because they thought so much. They worked so hard. They feel mentally exhausted. They worked hard, yes, but the result? From the outside, they just look like they're standing still. Thinking drains action far more than people realize, and nobody notices this. Fifth reason: the misalignment between identity and goals. This part is going to hit hard. Are you ready? The brain resists actions that don't match what a person believes about themselves. If someone deep down believes this: I'm not disciplined, I never finish anything, This is just who I am. No matter how big their dreams are, that person will struggle to take action, because action requires becoming someone different, and the brain resists being different. It tries to protect the identity. It chooses whatever is familiar. Dreams are on the outside. Identity is on the inside. And when the two clash, identity wins. This is why so many people spend years dreaming the same dreams, standing in the same place, making the same complaints. The dreams didn't change. The identity didn't change. And without the identity changing, action doesn't change. Sixth reason: being addicted to potential. This last reason is perhaps the deepest one, my friend. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Talking about big dreams is exciting. It creates a sense of possibility. It creates an identity. It creates the feeling of future success. But real progress is repetitive, slow, and most of the time uncomfortable. So instead of doing the hard and boring work, they stay attached to the idea of the person they could become, because it feels better than facing who they are right now. Think about it for a moment. Potential is always perfect, never tested, never defeated, always shining. But action is real, and real is never always perfect. This is why so many people keep postponing living their potential to the rest of their lives, because potential always feels reachable, but action always carries risk. And understanding this distinction changes everything, my friend. Having big dreams isn't rare. Turning them into reality is rare. And the difference isn't talent. The difference is this: being able to take action even when your mind is trying to stop you. Starting when there's fear. Starting when you don't feel ready. Starting while knowing it won't be perfect. You've heard all of these constantly, yes, but they're all true. Choosing to act like that person, even when your identity is telling you that you're not that person yet. That's it. Big dreams live in small actions, every day, over and over, even when there's no excitement. And one day you look back and you're living your dream, simply because you started. Now I want you to make me a promise. Whatever you've been dreaming about, start with something small. Maybe the person you've been dreaming of becoming isn't that far away. Send this video to someone who talks about their dreams but just can't seem to start, my friend. Maybe this is exactly what they need. Write in the comments, which reason described you the most? I'll read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe.